today we are going to look at switch cases in Java. Without wasting much of the time, let's jump in the task. I want to bring a scenario to your table so that it will help us understand switch cases. So let's imagine the days of the week, they have been numbered 1 to 7, and what we want our program to do is, depending on the number we are going to input, the program should give us the day. Now previously we discussed if statements in Java. So what it was going to mean was, we are supposed to write if else statements for each and every day, but to save our time and so that our work becomes less tedious and less laborious, we can just write one switch and then we provide a lot of cases to it. So here, this is how the syntax is for switch cases. I know it's like this at the moment, but it will be very clear, I promise. So the syntax goes as follows. You have the switch keyword, the expression to consider, and you provide a lot of cases to it. Okay, I'll explain this better with the help of an example so that it becomes clear. So let's see, for example, we have this expression. We have an integer there. Currently, for now, let's give it 1, for example. So here, this is what is happening. We are saying, okay, so in the switch, let's give it there. Yeah, so we're saying switch day. We're considering this day, and this day it has been given 1. So what will happen is, when you run the program, since the day is equal to 1, the first case will be considered. It means this is the block of code that will be executed. If here it was 2, it means case 2 is the only block of code that was going to be executed. If we put 3 here, it means case 3, this is the only block of code that will be executed. Only these other ones, they won't be executed. So let's try, for example, let's leave it at 3 there and let's run the program. We'll see, for example, you've seen that it has printed out Wednesday there. So what's happening is, since the day is equal to 3 and we are saying switch day, and in this case is 3, so we are literally saying switch 3. So it means it will come where 3 is being handled, which case is handling 3, and this is this case here. So this is the only case that will be executed because it's the only case that is handling 3. Yeah, so for example, if we try, let's say we put 5 there, it means the only case handling 5 is the case that will be executed. So let's run the program, we'll see what will happen. So as we can see, it has printed out Friday, because according to this case 5, we are saying if the input matches 5, the program should print out Friday. So this is why we're having Friday on the castle. And yeah, I think the main idea behind it there is clear. I mean, we can just write one switch statement and we provide a lot of cases to match the various inputs. Yeah, if let's say if the input is 7, meaning we've put 7 there, and the only block of code that will be executed is the case that is handling 7, and in this case it's this case here. So if we run the program, you've seen it has printed out Sunday. Yeah, that is to show that this is the block of code that is being handled. And let me bring to your attention this. Note that we have the break keyword beneath each and every case. So the break keyword there, the reason why we're putting there is so that the program terminates after the case has been handled. For example, if we put 1 there, when we run the program, it has printed out Monday. That's all. The program has finished. Why? Because we're saying after the case has been done, break, so the program will terminate and it will stop running. Yeah, so that's like basically, or at least on the surface, that's the use of the break keyword. And now let's imagine a situation where you put an input that has not been catered for in any of the following cases. Yeah, so under such scenarios, this is why now we have the default. So the default caters for all those situations that have not been catered for under the cases we put. So for example, let's say if we put the input as 19, for example, let's say as 19, if you run the program, we've seen that saying it does not match any. Why? Because under our default we said it does not match any. So the default caters for an input that has not been taken care of in any of the cases. Yeah, so I think it's clear. At least, yeah, I think it's clear. If there are any questions, you can easily ask me in the comment section and I'll be